It's the second day of the Platinum Jubilee celebrations here in the very heart of London, and it started off sadly with some bad news. But as ever, how did that develop? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to have you come with me today. As ever, I just want to bring you a very quick report about the wonderful Thanksgiving service which took place at St Paul's Cathedral in the very heart of London. Now, for royal watchers, I don't know if you know this, but it really does have a strong royal connection. For the younger generation like us, yes, we all remember St Paul's way back from 1981 when, of course, the beautiful Princess Diana married her Prince Charles. But way back in 1977, the St Paul's Cathedral was in fact the home, the very first time that Her Majesty the Queen decided to do a royal walkabout. And let me explain. What happened way back in 1977 was Her Majesty the Queen, for the very first time in the surrounding areas of St Paul's, went out and actually met the public face to face, shaking hands and of course receiving beautiful flowers. This was something that was, well, a brand new idea, and then it became tradition, which we all now know as the royal walkabout. But back to today, what was the service like at St Paul's Cathedral? Wonderful, let me tell you, and very heartfelt and moving. We do know our gracious Majesty the Queen was very busy watching this way back out in Windsor Castle, where she's taking rest after having some sort of, as they say, discomfort. While she wasn't there in person, she was definitely there in spirit, and we were lucky enough to see major political leaders as well. Former Prime Ministers like David Cameron, John Major, and of course the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Boris Johnson. Let me tell you also, there was sort of reports in the press that he was booed by the crowd. Not true at all, it's just something else that people make up to make sure that he looks bad in the public eye. I thought he gave a wonderful reading, in fact, but there's always going to be some negatives, aren't they? But back, of course, to the main players. Well, the ever gorgeous Duchess of Cambridge looked beautiful in an Emma Wicksett outfit. I thought she looked stunning. She's really come into her own, and I'm sure you'll all agree. Naturally, Prince William couldn't get it wrong in the male sort of uniform, which is morning frock coat. But then, of course, all eyes were on the return of the ex-royals Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Now, I have to say, she looked very beautiful in the flesh, as ever, but of course a lot of people were saying they were there simply for the limelight, the attention. Now, obviously, they've been invited at the special request of our gracious Majesty the Queen. And a lot of people are saying, well, what was the atmosphere like within the cathedral? It's hard to say. It is a place of worship, so of course people are on their very best behaviour. But as we did see yesterday with Harry and Meghan, they simply can't resist the lure of the cameras. And this is truly what baffles the British public, simply because they claimed that they wanted to leave the monarchy and lead a more private life, escape all the sort of hullabaloo that goes around the media circus within the monarchy. Seemingly now, as ever, they've lost interest in the very much private life that they craved. But did they get on with anybody? Was there any interaction with inside the cathedral? Well, not from what I could see. Obviously, people like Prince Charles had other things on his mind. This was a big day for him, representing his 96-year-old mother, our reigning monarch. But even Prince Edward didn't seemingly have too much time for the one-time close royals. And we also must give a very special mention to, of course, Prince Edward's daughter, Lady Louise, who I thought looked very beautiful, very poised and extremely elegant. So was this a successful outing for the royals on the second day of the Platinum Jubilee? Well, it certainly was, but the downside to that was simply this. Our Majesty the Queen was very much missed, and it's such a shame that she couldn't make it. But let me tell you, the amount of steps that you have to climb at St Paul's Cathedral, I'm not surprised she decided to take something of a rain check. Me, I was exhausted by the end of it. As ever, I'll let you know exactly all the latest breaking news about the Platinum Jubilee from the very heart of London.